Hi everybody at Gearslutz.com. I'm Taiho Yamada here at NAMM 2017, and I'm so excited to be able to announce my new synth company Mok and our first product, Waverazor. Now Waverazor is a futuristic virtual synth that features a new patent-pending oscillator technology that slices up waveforms and recombines them into new aggressive sounds. Now I want to show you this first sound. It's a 16-segment, 4-cycle sound, and it's possible to go in and change the waveforms per cycle. This first one's a quarter of a sine wave, second one's a quarter of a tri, third one's quarter of an exponential wave, and so on. And you can go in and change the waveform per segment. There's some noise in that segment, and then you have different flavors of whatever it is that you've chosen in the main category. You can also change the pitch and volume per segment, and volume is through 0, so it flips phase, flips polarity. You can also change phase and DC per segment, and the way that this oscillator sounds is a complex waveform. You can filter out the wave. Filter set up here on this XY controller. You have 3 filters per voice that can run in series or parallel.
Very cool.
But the story here for us is the oscillator. Now the oscillator can change waveforms like scanning through the waveform index via this controller on the left. The oscillator doesn't have to run at audio rates. It can, you can multiply the step size out into BPM range. Right. So you have wave sequencing possible, and you can modulate into and out of audio rate. But one of the unique things that we have going, we're calling Mutant AM. And essentially, amplitude modulation is modulating the volume of one waveform by the frequency of another waveform. And by nature of the Waverazor oscillator, you can have different harmonics present or not present in every step. And that's basically turning the amplitude on and off for the fundamental or any of the harmonics. And it's dependent on step. Like you could have the fundamental in one segment and not in the next segment, and maybe in the next 3 segments, and then not after that. And that's true for all the harmonics. They can be there or not there, or any level in between. So it becomes this giant kind of amplitude modulation matrix. And it sounds like ring mod, but thicker, and it's sort of dependent on what you have in each segment. So that's this. Since you're slicing up the waveform, you can every transition point is an opportunity for sync. So you can do a hard sync thing on 16 segments within a single waveform, a single cycle, or it can be out beyond a single cycle, or any combination in between. So I'm starting off with a triangle wave, and I'm going to turn on sync for all 16 segments. And now I'm going to spread out the frequencies of all the segments with the beginning segments modulating to higher frequencies than the ones that are later in the cycle. And that gives a particular weird kind of sync sound. It's going to launch on March 1st, and the introductory sale price is $75.
Wow.
And we're going to release another version following probably a month and a half later at $150. Basically, the thing that we're doing is adding a bunch of user interface to handle all of the oscillator parameters. Like a single Waverazor oscillator can be over 700 parameters, so we're trying to make a UI that can deal with that.
Simplify that somewhat.
Right. But anybody that buys it at $75 gets the update for free, And there's a lot of stuff that you can do already, like everything that I just showed you in the GUI the waveform manipulation, that can happen and you can save it. And then we'll open up all of the parameters. You'll get all the modulations, all the LFOs, envelopes, everything.
Excellent. Well, this is Waverazor from Mok Audio. Taiho Yamada, thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming. Bye.